Greetings. Here's a quick tour of Nursing Reference Center. One of the things I really like about this database is all of the options for searching. You can do a really narrow search or search the entire database. The tabs make it easy. We're going to leave basic search for last and start with diseases and conditions. As I click on it, you'll see it turns blue. We've got diseases and conditions listed in alphabetical order below. If I wanted to browse diseases starting with D, I could click on the D and do that. On many of these tabs, it's very important to look over here on the side and see key content. This tells me what I'm searching under the Diseases and Conditions tab. Under this tab, I'm looking for quick lessons and evidence-based care sheets. Notice the little pink EB icon. I can also separate and search for just quick lessons or evidence-based care sheets with the pull-down menu right here. I'm just going to type in diabetes and hit enter. I want to look at one of the evidence-based care sheets, so I'm going to pick one that has the little EB next to it. Let's take a look at how the evidence-based care sheets are organized. You've got contents over here. If I'm interested in what we can do, I can go ahead and click this link and we'll go to that part of the entry. Over here is related information, which will take me to information about this subject under other tabs in the database. For example, maybe I'm interested in legal cases that are involved. So that's a quick way to get more information. I also want to point this out about the evidence-based care sheets. As I'm going down looking at it, you are going to see at the end of some of the bullet points, some of the information, you will see reference numbers in blue. For example, at the end of this statement about obese patients, there's a number 11. When I click on that number 11, it takes me right here to the number 11 reference. The important thing to look at the end, you will see a coding in blue. On this particular entry, the coding is RCT. If I go down to the very bottom of the page, there's my coding matrix, and it lists the evidence in order of strength by that coding. So I would go down here and see RCT, which is third from the top, so the evidence is pretty strong, and it tells me that it's a randomized controlled trial. Something else I like about Nursing Reference Center is they often give you the option to look at items in HTML full text, or if you wanted to do some handouts, let me click on PDF full text, and you can see that it looks very professional. Let's look at the next tab, Skills and Procedures. Again, it's important to take a look at what is covered under this tab. I can do this over on the right-hand side, Skills and Procedures, and you can see some of them listed right here. Also, this tab gives me cultural competencies, documents that cover key considerations in providing culturally competent care to a specific group. So what I did is I typed in Hispanic so I could kind of show you, and I'm just going to hit browse, and I could see some of the information specific to Hispanic patients that I could access. The drug information tab is really important because it gets me right into searching the Davis Drug Guide for nurses. I can just type something in. I can also browse alphabetically with these letters right here. Also, if I use this pull-down menu, I've got another choice for searching, but I think you're probably going to want to keep it on the Davis Drug Guide for nurses. The next tab is Patient Education. Again, if I look over on the right-hand side, I can see key content, so I have a good idea of what's contained under this tab. I've got handouts based on best available evidence. I thought this was pretty great. Spanish language versions of most of the handouts. We've got medical illustrations, and I thought this was pretty cool. You can use the custom print option to add a personalized care note for a particular patient. The Practice Resources tab contains a lot of varied information, and you can see it listed under Key Features. First, I have legal cases. I can go ahead and type something in like diabetes or browse. Say I wanted to check on legal cases related to AIDS. I'm going to select that, and you'll see I have quite a few choices, 5 of those. The Practice Guidelines tab, take a look at that. Again, I can browse. I'll type in diabetes, and we'll see what kind of guidelines. Here's diabetes education, and you'll see I have a couple of choices. Finally, research instruments. And you can see that I have a wide variety of research instruments to take a look at. One of the things I really want to call your attention to are the featured books. These 4 books are available in Nursing Reference Center in their entirety, so I can search the entire book. This would be another way to search Davis Drug Guide. Let me go ahead and open up Diseases and Disorders. And if I go down here, there's my search button. So I could go ahead and type in diabetes, go ahead and search, and there would be portions of the text available for me to look at. The final tab is Continuing Education for Nurses. It contains training modules as well as tests. So far, we've looked at how you could search for specific information under each one of the tabs. I said we would save the first tab for last, and that's Basic Search. Basic Search is the default search, which means that when you open up Nursing Reference Center, it's going to be on Basic Search. Basic Search searches the entire database, so that includes all of the tabs, and it also includes journals from CINAHL, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in a couple of minutes. Okay, let's start with a very simple search. As I start typing in diabetes, you will see some topics coming up, so I could narrow my topic right from the start by selecting one of these. Or another way to narrow is with the little boxes right underneath here. So if I'm mainly interested in diabetes in the area of diagnosis, I could go ahead and select this and just pull content on that more narrow subject. Let's just do a very general search. This is one of the things I really like about Nursing Reference Center. You will see all the tabs popping up. So I can narrow right from these tabs. And some of these are going to sound very familiar. Quick lessons that we've already done some looking at, skills, evidence-based care sheets. Let's focus in on the Books tab and the Journals tab. Nursing Reference Center makes 4 ebooks available in their entirety. And these are some of the results. When I typed in diabetes, these are some examples of items from those 4 books. The search results from these 4 books are available when I select the Books tab. Let's concentrate on the Journals tab. Let me scroll down here a little bit. Again, these journal articles are coming out of the CINAHL database. This is very important. You want to switch your sort by to relevance. This will give you the best, most relevant results. If you leave it sorted by date, you may end up with articles that just mention the word diabetes once at the top of your sort. So make sure again that you switch this sort to relevance. Right now I might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed with my results. I have over 100,000 results. One of the ways to refine or narrow my results would be opening some of the facets on the side. Let's say I'm really interested in diabetes education. That's the way I want to narrow my topic. I'm going to go ahead and do that. You'll see that I have 460 results. I'm going to scroll down here and open up the age facet. And let's say I'm really interested in education for children 6 to 12 years. I'm going to go ahead and select that. You will see that my results are down to a very manageable 38. Let's take a look at our results, and you can see my search history. I started with diabetes, narrowed to diabetes education, and narrowed it even further, concentrating on children from 6 to 12 years old. My results are listed right below here. I want to call your attention to the little Add to Folder icon, which we'll talk about a little bit more in a minute or so. I could open up the PDF full text right here, but I would suggest clicking on the blue link. Clicking on the blue title link opens up this screen. Here's my access to my PDF full text, and I also have this very helpful menu on the side. Printing, emailing, saving, this link right over here. If this is a fabulous article, really fits my research, I can click on the Find More Like This link. You're probably thinking, well, this is great information, but how do I cite it? You do have a couple of options. Number one, cite it yourself, and we have references available in the library to help you do that. Number two, I could export my citation. I'm going to go ahead and click that. We do have a subscription to RefWorks, so I would go ahead and select Direct Export to RefWorks and save. There is another video available on using RefWorks. Finally, there's the Add to Folder option. And this appears next to all of the content that you find in Nursing Reference Center, not just the journal articles. So it makes it a really easy way to do citations. First, however, let me scroll up here to the top. You do need to sign up for an account before you add things to the folder. Very easy. Just go ahead and click that, and you're going to do create a new account and fill in all the information. I've saved all of my references to my folder by using the little Add to Folder icon, and I'm signed in. It's pretty obvious. My name is here, it says Diane's folder, and also my Nursing Reference Center. The next step is I'm going to select the references in my folder that I want to cite in my paper. So I went ahead and used the first two, the third one. This one I didn't end up using in my paper, so I'm not going to select it. And I also used number 5 and 6. I'm going to go back up to the top of the page and select Save. Let me get this down here. What I need to do next is select my citation format. So I'm going to select APA. And again, save. And there it is, references. My only complaint would be that you'll notice that they are not in alphabetical order. So I need to do some creative copying and pasting to get that done. I think it's a great and easy way to get your citations started. Finally, I can always select this home link to get me back to this page. Advanced search is another searching option. I can go ahead and do my search and just put a check mark by what I want to search for, the items that I want. So if I just want quick lessons and skills, that's all I would check. I hope you found this useful, and please call your college library staff members if you have any questions with this or any other database. We're here to help.